back to my channel. I am super excited to be chatting with you all. So I'm kind of like squirmy in this space just a little bit because we're in my office nook, and it's actually quite late right now, and I have like a little lamp on and stuff like that, and so I'm kind of just excited. It just feels really good to be shooting from this particular space. You know, because I know that it's mine and I'm very happy. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacey Flowers and I am a student of Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University and on a journey to become 100% debt-free. My current debt is over $180,000. I work part-time, earning anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500 a month, and I just recently opened my company part-time and it is becoming profitable as we speak. In this video, I'm going to be going over my mid-month check-in for my budget of In this video, I'm going to be going over my mid-month check-in for my budget for May 2018. So if you are interested in seeing how I'm doing so far, please keep watching. So this is going to be a fairly quick video, but I did just want to just look into the camera and speak to you all. I'm shooting from my office nook in my new space, and I'm just so happy with this place. You have no idea. I'm so happy that there's like space for this. Obviously undecorated, but still there's just space, you know, like this is just comfortable. But I wanted to just make a quick note about my mid-month check-in. It's going to be different than the budget because the number one error that I made this month with my budget is that I pretty much like laid April's budget on top of May's budget and just shifted around numbers a little bit, but I did not take into consideration, and I highly underestimated transitioning from living in a fully furnished home to living in a completely empty home. And I'm not speaking about like the furnishings as far as like big furniture like couches and stuff. Like that stuff was obvious, but I forgot about the little things like flatware, like you need silverware to eat on, or like pots and pans and things like that. And so that'll be the biggest difference that you notice. But I did just want to make a note about that because it made me think about why like you have to do a budget every single month. Like most of you all's circumstance won't be as extreme as mine in the sense of like you're transitioning from a fully furnished home into a brand new place, but every single month is indeed different. And I think that at the beginning when I did my budget, you know, I did it because I like to do a budget and it really does give me structure. But I'll say at the time of probably completing the budget, there was probably a little bit of stress still, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And so some of it I was doing maybe by habit and not as like fully present to the whole entire process. Good that I have the habit of doing a budget, not so good that I was like so emotionally overwhelmed that I zoned out on something like very big about, you know, this particular month, which is that like I don't have a single piece of anything in this home that would set me up for like comfortable living, if that makes sense. And so I just wanted to point that out because, you know, like we get in the habit of doing this budget and it's just like, why do you have to do it every month like you're getting the same amount? It's like, because every month truly is indeed different, and this month is different. And so, you know, I just wanted to acknowledge that and encourage any of you all who are experiencing a different month than last month, or maybe you were a little bit overwhelmed and anxious at the top of the month like I was, and you did the budget, which wonderful job, but you were just a little less present than what you could be, that like you still have time to like dive back in there and, you know, clean some things up. So without further ado, let's go over my shoulder and take a look at where things are shaking out on the every dollar. Okay, so we are taking a look at May 2018. Sorry, totally forgot you guys can see me. So we're taking a look at May 2018. This is not an every dollar budget. To be perfectly honest, I have not figured out exactly how to make that happen. I apologize. This particular software is not my first choice for completing a budget. This is serving sort of a little bit more of as a historical analysis and checks and balance. I will learn how to do this. I just don't know how to completely do it right now. And to be perfectly honest, a lot of the reason why I'm using this software is to give you guys a better view of where my dollars are going. So I apologize that everything isn't 100% like set according to the Dave Ramsey way. I'm still very much learning. So that's why it shows that I'm $4.56 over budget. I'm not for sure where that number is, just to be perfectly honest. So but let's come down to my first paycheck. I received that on May 11th. I had planned on receiving $650. What I actually received was $721.28, which was an incredible blessing. I am over the moon happy and excited about that. Like, you have no idea. The extra $71.20, the unexpected, let's say that, the unexpected $71.28 was just incredibly helpful. I haven't received my second paycheck or my Google AdSense payment as of yet. For giving, I was able to pay my tithe payment that I put in my allocated spending of $75, which is half of what I anticipate paying. My emergency fund was not allocated for this pay period. My rent, as you can see here, the way that I broke down my rent payment is to sort of break it up into my individual paychecks as the month progresses. It does not show spent here, and I did not write that in as spent because my rent is paid online, and right now I don't have a rent bill, and I can't make like an overpayment in the way that their system is set up at this time. And I really just honestly think that that's just because I'm a new tenant. I feel like in the future I'll be able to do that, but just right now while we're getting everything set up, I just can't do that. So what I have done is I've set the $400 aside that was allocated for this particular pay period to not be touched, so that way when I can make my rent payment, it is there. I did not document it here because I really want everything that's put in the spent category to be the date to match up with the date in my bank statement. I want every single dollar that's shown in this Every Dollar app to also be reflected in my bank account. And so if I would have put this in here, it would have maybe felt good emotionally or visually to be able to see it, but it wouldn't have been the truth. And so that's why it's zero, but that money is set aside for that particular portion of my rent. My phone bill is not scheduled for this pay period. I did go grocery shopping, so a grocery haul is coming for you all soon. And I spent $49.19. I will tell you right now that I am going to, by the time I do my budget report card, I will be over. I anticipate giving myself another $50 in groceries to restock my pantry and just make sure that I have sort of those backup pantry items that support me in being able to cook from scratch. So anywhere between an additional $25 to $50 is something that you guys can just anticipate in the budget report card. But I'm pretty happy with the fact that as it stands right now, 15 days into the month, I am actually under budget. So transportation, I spent $6, but again, I did not have anything planned. We had a couple rainy days here that were unexpected, and so I did walk home in the rain one of the days, and it was, you guys just have no idea how happy I am because I was definitely dancing in the rain as I was walking in the rain. Just because I was like, I know I'm going home. My health insurance has not come out. My health insurance premium has not come out. My renter's insurance, which was something that I forgot to put on my allocated spending, is $5.75, and so I am planning for it now, and so that's why it's here, and I did update it on my allocated spending. So just if you are following along from what I put on my allocated spending versus, or what I put in my budget at the beginning of the month versus what's here, the renter's insurance was something that was missing. For household pantry, I gave myself a budget of $15. I spent $15.59, so I'm 59 cents over budget. I haven't done personal hygienes or Apple iTunes just yet. My child support of $75 was sent. Commission of $50 was sent. Have not done laundry. I did give myself $20 of pocket money, which I will tell you, just having that $20 in my pocket to be able to spend however I want to really feels good. I'm very happy with that pocket money. I do understand Dave Ramsey talks about how it's important to give yourself, even though all of this money is mine, right? Like, it's important to give yourself a category of money that you just have to spend without having to be like thinking through it or like itemizing it, because it's very freeing. Scrolling down, something that I did not plan for was a prescription. I was able to get like full physical and all of that jazz that I needed to get done. And I had a prescription for $10.27. And although I did not plan for that prescription cost, I am over the moon and 1000% grateful for having insurance, and having insurance to be able to cover not only my doctor's visits, but the prescriptions that my doctors recommended. I cannot emphasize enough how important insurance is. And there was someone who asked the question about whether or not my insurance covered my therapy. And I've just found out this month that it does not cover my therapy, which was disappointing to say the least, because when I spoke to the insurance agent, he assured me that it would cover it, but clearly it did not. And to be perfectly honest, when I got my premium back, I was like, this sounds a little too good to be true, but I'm gonna run with it. So when my claims finally came back, this does not qualify because it was a pre-existing condition, I was thoroughly pissed off to the highest level of pissivity, because the agent assured me that it would be covered. But then I had to calm down and I had to say, Stacey, your insurance premium is $103.50 a month, and that allows you to be able to go to the doctor if something should happen to you and get your regular like physical exams that you need for just maintaining your health. While it would be amazing and wonderful and awesome if therapy was covered, you are fine. That therapy is not covered. You will, because I was like, I'm not going to cancel this insurance, but it's not bad insurance. It's just fine insurance. It just doesn't cover the thing that I wanted it to cover. So long story short, I did have a prescription, and then if you look just below that, I went to therapy so far once this month, and out of pocket it's $70 each session. And so what I have accepted and I'm coming to terms with is that until my income increases and I'm able to find a premium insurance plan that covers pre-existing conditions, I'm going to have to pay for therapy out of pocket, because my therapy is a pre-existing condition and it's $70 a session. And so I'm going to build into my budget 2 sessions a month. The sessions for last month, that's a new debt that has been created that will need to be paid, because I fully expected for my insurance to cover it. I went to those 3 appointments. That's $210. Fully anticipating for my insurance to cover it per my conversation with my insurance agent, and they did not. So now that's there. So when I went to therapy this month, I specifically said, hey, take this out of my checking account right now. I don't want to I don't want to add to the debt that I have. And so moving forward, that is how I will pay for therapy. My 2 debts that I'm currently paying on right now, PayPal and Citigirl, I did not make those payments as of the recording of this video. And then my last category is homemaking, which I'm just putting under moving. Again, I planned $9.99 and I spent $82.54, and this was not spent in like one lump sum. It was in various stores. And like, for example, like I had popcorn. I was like, oh, I'm gonna pop me some popcorn, but like I didn't have a pot to pop popcorn, and I was like, oh man, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna make me some beans and rice, but I didn't have a spoon to eat with. So stuff like that, like very real, like, it's like like when you live in a fully furnished place, it's like there's this invisible hand taking care of you that you don't realize, because everything was just already there. And so having to actually fill my space with a broom and a mop so that I can maintain, cleanliness, and just, having towels to clean with, stuff like that. Those were just things that I needed to purchase. And I'm just so incredibly grateful that the income was there for me to be able to do it. And I was able to take care of those things. And I think, through the end of the month, I should be good to go without having any other unexpected homemaking expenses. But I will tell you, my intention for the month of May is to become comfortable. And so if I do continue to spend in that area, I'm not going to be upset about it, because the idea is to have a measure of comfort here so that I can continue to do my thing, right? So far, so good. Obviously, between this unexpected expense with homemaking and me paying out of pocket for therapy, my budget is thrown quite a bit, and I'm hoping to be able to make that up on the back end with my next paycheck, and other money that I'm anticipating receiving towards the end of the month. So my big takeaway from this month's budget check-in is just making sure that I'm present to doing my budget every single month. And yes, doing budgeting become a habit, but never let it become so habitual that I am not like very aware of like the things that are happening. And honestly, I think that normally I would be aware, but I think because of all the drama surrounding moving, I just was like, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. But also too, just being grateful that there is money to be able to cover the things that I want. I mean, you guys I wish that I could explain to you all how grateful I am that with a very small income, I am able to put myself in a comfortable enough space. Like, I am recording this from an office nook. I don't know if you guys understand, but like a few weeks ago, I didn't have an office nook, and now I have an office nook. That's amazing to me. So yeah, so those are the big two takeaways. Like, just 15 days into the month, it's just like, man, I'm so grateful for like, I'm just so grateful. And I'm so grateful. And even though I made the error, and even though I've spent a little bit more, like, the money is there, and I'm just so grateful. So let me wrap this up. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm so incredibly grateful for you. And until next time, I'll talk to you all very soon.